All right. Good morning. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for a call with Nick Dawkins. As always, please raise your hand and I will call on you. We'll start with Tyler Donahue.
Good morning, Nick. How are you today?
Morning, brother. How you?
I'm great, thank you. Hey, congrats on being named the team captain. I know it's something that you kind of had your mind on for a long time. Guys have been talking to you about that role for a long time. When you got official word that you were one of those six, what did it mean to you, and why do you ultimately think that you were a selection?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, I was just so appreciative. Franklin said it. I think he said it best. He was talking about it's probably one of the greatest honors you can receive as a football player. And Penn State means so much to me. Penn State football means so much to me. The guys in the locker room mean so much to me. So for them to vote me to lead this team, is to me, I felt just so honored and so fortunate to have that opportunity. And as far as why they selected me, um, I mean, I don't know what I can just chalk it up to, but. I think they just know that I would do anything for anybody in the room, anybody in the locker room. And I just hope that I think maybe my actions have been seen as that aligned with the program and the success of the program. And I hope that they recognize that. And that's why they made that choice.
Greg Pickle.
Hey, good morning, Nick. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Would you say you mentioned the action part of your leadership there, but as a vocal guy and just overall, generally speaking, what is your leadership style?
I'm sorry, it cut out a little bit. What did you say in the middle?
Yeah, how would you describe your leadership style? What is Nick Dawkins' kind of keys to being a leader and a captain?
I would say, firstly, action is the most important thing. I think that goes with the law of attraction as well as manifestation. You can say what you want to say. You can think it, you can speak it into existence. But if there's no action with what you say and it doesn't align, it will not happen. So action is the biggest thing. I think I've been leading by example for a long time in this program, doing exactly what I've been asked to do, if not more, and just aligning with the program. And then the vocal aspect, I think, comes when you earn the respect and everybody knows that you do what you're supposed to do and handle your business on and off the field. Um, I think then you can now uphold and lead other guys to that same exact standard. So during workouts, maybe before practice, maybe during a meeting, I'll get up and address things that need to get addressed, and try to be as understanding as possible, but also um pretty stern on what we hold ourselves to in our standard.
Rich Garcella.
Morning, Nick. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Rich?
I'm really good. Thanks. Nick, to be 4 days away from the first game, to be this close to the opportunity that you've been working for years, uh, what is going through your mind right now, and what does this opportunity mean?
Yeah, going want to know. That's the only thing going through my mind right now. What can I do to lead this team in the best possible situation to go want to know? And that's preparation right now. All I'm thinking about is crunching as much tape, looking at any indicators, any tendencies that I can pick up, to make sure that we take care and do our job, and I do my job. I do my 111th. And yeah, I'm just so excited for this opportunity. So excited. A lot of work, a lot of time has been put in. And a lot of patience. And I'll be honest with you, I'm probably not the most patient person in the world. So it's coming up quick and I'm excited for it.
Audrey Snyder.
Hey, Nick, thanks for doing this today.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm curious. Obviously, you've spent a ton of time around Drew Allar throughout his career. How have you kind of maybe seen him develop this year in terms of the leadership aspect of him, but also like as the person, as he's kind of gotten older, and a lot of the coaches have hit on just kind of how much more mature they've noticed him being too.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest thing to point to. I think it's so clear, especially from our off season and spring. I think once you get settled in this program, and I mean, you got to think he got when you come in with those sort of expectations externally. If you have external expectations that are that high, when you come from like I don't know, like recollect. Can you imagine what the internal expectations you have for yourself are? So now you kind of get that out of the way. You get your first year out of the way, and you kind of settle in. You know who your crowd is. You know the city layout. You kind of know what to expect. You can settle in and be more comfortable. And that's exactly what I seen from. I'm more comfortable, confident, mature, settling in, vocal. and I love to see it. We just been able to. I think we click well, especially with the offensive line. A lot of our guys they hang out and such. So his confidence and his maturity is the easiest thing to point out.
Johnny McGonigal.
Hey, Nick, thanks for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank
Uh,
you.
when you look at right tackle and the two guys that have been battling there, and Nolan and Anthony, what has impressed you about both of those guys individually? What kind of different things do they maybe bring to the table and to your offensive line?
Yeah, I would just say both guys are great fits for our offensive line room. Firstly, great personalities and selfless guys. I would say, and one thing that points out directly when you look at both of them is their size. I mean, they have great long arms. They're pretty big guys, and they move well in space. Great in the run game, great in the run game, and great pad level. And I don't know. I would just say that they're both really strong at the point of attack, especially in like outside zone and inside zone schemes and such like that, which is so important, especially for a tackle or right tackle, for that open side in the run game. So both guys are so super physical, huge, massive human beings, and are great at the point of attack.
Seth Engel.
Hey, Nick, thanks for doing this. You've obviously had a chance to work pretty directly with Cooper Cousins this offseason. I'm wondering if you had, a favorite Cooper Cousins story that maybe symbolizes, why he's ready, to play as a true freshman this year.
Yeah, I mean, probably just, after spring ball, every spring ball practice, me and him would going back into the facility and just crunch down the tape, watch every single play, my play, his play, and just break down what do we do good, what do we do bad, and what are we gonna improve on, and just get work in. Took the same thing all summer. What can we do? Let's just get work in, put work in, put work in. And that's what I would define him as, putting work in. He's somebody who came in extremely talented, physically pretty ready to go. You don't really see that for freshman offensive linemen, and I think his work ethic matches that. And sometimes I gotta tell him, "Yo, calm down a little bit. You're gonna burn yourself out." But he puts the work in every single day, and it's amazing to see because he's earning every opportunity.
Tyler Donahue.
Nick, asked James last week about how many offensive linemen he might use by design, the staff might use by design in game one. He mentioned maybe 8, and he talked about maybe multiple centers being involved by design. Can you tell us what that might look like from your vantage point? Can that work at the center position? Because it's a little unorthodox. And what do you think about Cooper Cousins' potential ability to come in and play center at the Power 4 level, right off the jump as a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, as what Coach Franklin was saying, I let the scheme go. That's all him. He handles all the scheme stuff. But I'll say for multiple centers, I think the great thing about our offensive line right now is every single one of us can play center or another position. I mean, last year I played left guard, right guard, and center. Vanga can play center. Salim can play center. Coop can play center. So we all can. Even Drew Shelton play center. Donko too. Rucci. So we all can play center. So if we had to move something around, I could get moved to a different position. They could get moved to a different position. So yeah, I think that the logistics of it and all that, the flexibility is absolutely possible because we all take snaps and we all play different positions. We all get reps at guards and such like that tackles. So absolutely, it's definitely feasible.
Time for 2 more. Rich Scarcella.
Nick, can you describe what kind of camp that Drew Shelton and Javen Williams had?
Yeah, both of those guys, Drew Shelton, especially coming off like his spring ball, like limited and such, was great to see him out specifically in pass protection. He very dominant, very, very dominant in his leadership too. I don't think people talk enough about Drew Shelton's leadership, especially a young guy. I mean, played as a freshman and the way he leads, the way he plays, the way that he leads by example and holds guys to standards, specifically in our offensive line room, is so impressive to see from a young guy. And Javen Williams just continues to get better, playing inside and outside. And I think that'll be key for him. The versatility of being able to play both guard and tackle is impressive for him. And he moves so well laterally. It's so impressive to watch and watch how he pulls and such. So that might be something that may help us down the line.
Max Ralph.
Hey Nick, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I got to say, I love the Pouncy picture there on the wall. But
Appreciate that.
um, have you really considered to this point how much of a rarity you are in modern college football, sticking with a program for 5 years and then in your last year finally being named a captain? Has that kind of sunk in? And why did you feel committed to that kind of process for yourself?
As for it being like anomaly, not really, to be honest with you. That's not anything I've ever really thought about. Because I gave Coach Franklin my word. I gave my family my word. I think even in my commitment post to Penn State on Twitter, I said I'll be here for 45 years. So I put that out into the world. Like, I gave him my word, and I fully intend to hold up my word if I give it to somebody. And that's exactly what I said. That's how I was raised. That's what I was told to do. So, and also, you can't be at Penn State, see this community, see this atmosphere, see our fans, see how his team works, see his staff, see how much Coach Franklin invests in us, and not want to be a part of this for as long as you can. There's so much sacrifice that goes into this program, from staff with their families to us with our families, my family, and everything like that, to not get everything you can out of this university, this program, and try to uphold it and leave it better than how you found it. And that's what I live by. Like, I have to leave this better than how I inherited it. There's so many great leaders ahead of me that passed down something to me that I am in debt to them. And I truly plan to uphold that to them, because I gave them my word too.